Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Makar Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule impeccably well. Shalom to the hopeful elect, pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days. This is the brother Yakanan from the GMS England branch. This will serve as an in-transit edition video. Lord willing, it's edifying unto you brothers out there. And, also to the few sisters listening and also learning. Now, in this video, I want to briefly speak upon, the necessity of Esau, Edom, having to go down, all right? Now, when you survey, the earth, when you survey, the way that Esau is running the earth, it becomes apparent that this nation of people, starting with their heads, with their elites, this nation of people is actually destroying the earth. But not only is this nation of people destroying the earth, they're literally destroying the people inside of the earth, including themselves. All right? And we know that, by surveying the earth and surveying the minds of the people, surveying, what people look at as normal, all right? Surveying society and the things that go on. This is all under the watch, the vibration of Esau, Edom, all right? And as the scriptures say, as is the king, so is the people, roughly paraphrasing, all right? If the kings and the rulers of the earth are wicked, all right, and have a wicked mindset and don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, then the people are also going to be under that same vibration, all right, because that's what the leadership is doing, all right? And the scriptures say, destroy those that destroy the earth. And Esau, Edom, all right, is the one that is destroying the earth. So he must be destroyed, all right? He's actually destroying the earth. Now, I was watching a news clip today, and they were, basically reporting on the clothing manufacturers, like H&M, Zara, all of these name brands, that mass-produce clothing. And they were basically saying how much damage, just the clothing industry is wreaking upon the face of the earth, all right? They were talking about, how much gallons upon gallons of water that it takes just to make one t-shirt and one pair of jeans, And they were saying that, these companies are pretty much destroying the earth and something's got to be done, because if something's not done, all right, then, there's going to come a point where that damage is going to be irreversible. All right, and that's just the clothing industry, all right? And there's many different industries and infrastructures that Esau has set up in this world. There's literally, hundreds of thousands of industries, You have, you have the cars, you have, clothing, you have makeup, you have, makeup. There was a documentary I watched, and they were showing how one of the key ingredients in makeup, it comes from India, and I forget what the substance is called, but it's under the ground, and they send little children under the ground, to dig up that substance, that special substance that you need to make makeup for these women, okay? And they're basically saying how these children, many children die, digging for this special substance, man. All right, because they have to go deep down in the ground, in these cave-like formations, all right? to get this substance, so these companies, these major companies, can make the makeup. Okay, but there's children that die, you know, just going down there to get it, man. But you never hear of that, man. All right, you never hear of these children that die, you know, so these women can wear makeup on their faces, man. And that's, again, that's just the makeup industry. All right, you have, you know, you have the blood diamonds, you have, you know, gemstones, you got all kinds of things that get extracted, you know, from the earth. All right, and you know, because of the machinery that Esau uses, and because, you know, he's the devil, he's always looking for shortcuts. Oh, over there in the in Jamaica, you know, you have the Maroons. All right, and they're currently going back and forth with the Jamaican government regarding you know, the pollution that's been you know, spreading throughout where they live, you know, in the rural parts of Jamaica. All right, there's heavy pollution because Esau is over there. Again, you know, he's extracting, you know, a particular substance from the ground. All right, that's very profitable, you know, in the land of America. And, you know, Salaki, I forget what the substance is called. You know, I've got a terrible memory when it comes to that kind of thing. But again, you know, people are dying, you know, people getting, you know, chest issues and whatnot for the sake of money. All right, for the sake of, you know, feeding the whore, which is the land of America, man, because that's really where it all goes back to. All right, America is the one, you know, causing all the damage throughout the four corners of the globe, man. And the influence of America, all right, because most of these nations upon the face of the earth, you know, they're digging up the ground, you know, they're digging for this and they're digging for that, and ultimately, you know, the biggest market that they're selling it to is who? America. All right, so this whore, you know, has to go. All right, America has to be destroyed, man. The so-called white man and his kingdom, his infrastructure, has to go down. You know, must indeed be destroyed, man. All right, as the scriptures say, you know, he is the vessel of wrath that was fitted for destruction, man. Okay, so everything he does, you know, is in the spirit of wrath. Okay, is in the spirit of you know, destruction, and he was made that way. All right, so he's in the right spirit, but his spirit is no longer going to be needed upon the face of the earth because he's fulfilled. He's coming up to the time, all right, I should say, where he's almost fulfilled his lot and his place in prophecy upon the face of the earth, man. Really soon, you know, he's no longer going to be required, okay? Because in the kingdom is going to be perfect, and that vessel of wrath is not going to be needed in the kingdom, okay? You remember, he's the sword of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, but the Lord has also has almost stopped swinging his sword, you know, on the nation of Israel, man, you know, and judging us, you know, for the things that we've done, okay, because we're coming into a time of salvation. So that's the sword of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, being Esau, Edom, is no longer going to be needed, okay, when all of these things have been fulfilled, and we're in the last days. So we know those things are going to be fulfilled in these last days, you know, in our generation, man. All right, and I was really meditating on this, man. You know, Esau's got to go. He's causing too much problem. You know, it's like when you have a bad manager at a job, you know, especially when you've experienced a good manager, and then you have a comparison. You have the ability to compare the good manager to the bad manager, and then you start seeing these flaws. You start seeing how he doesn't know how to do things properly. He doesn't know how to communicate with people, you know. You know, he's trying to cut shortcuts, he's trying to save money. But in the long run, you know, it doesn't work because you end up having to put more money in because you try to, you know, cut corners. You know, all of these things, this is Esau Edom, man. You know, even with the fact that, you know, there's some buildings you go into and they have asbestos in the building, man. But they'll still have a functioning company and have customers come in, all right, with the asbestos in the building. And then years and years later, you know, you have people dropping dead from the poisoning of asbestos, man. There's even some shops you go into in the UK, all right, where they will tell you beforehand, all right, if you're working on site, all right, they'll tell you that, look, there's asbestos, you know, in the ceilings. They'll actually tell you, and they'll make you sign a form basically admitting that, you know, you've been notified and you've been aware. So you can't actually sue them, you know, if you get sick. Okay, these are the things that's happening, in Esau, Edom's kingdom, man. Okay, and then, this is not even a half of it. This is just, a few of the things that I've seen and I've picked up on, within the last few years, that are just fresh in my mind. All right, but the levels of wickedness, all right, the levels of, mismanagement, all right, and destruction in this kingdom is actually unbelievable. All right, this is literally the worst kingdom that there has been upon the face of the earth. Why? Because we have the basis of men ruling. Esau, Edom is ruling, and he is the basis of men. He is the lowest of the low. All right, he has no morals. All right, he has no upright code of conduct. That's why the scriptures tell you in the book of Habakkuk, his spirit is not upright in him. Okay, so we're dealing with an individual, all right, that doesn't have an upright spirit. All right, doesn't have a righteous spirit, is not geared to do things the right way. Okay, he's geared into wickedness. I mean, let's take the porn industry, all right, for an example. That's a creation of Esau, Edom. Okay, and that's wicked as hell. The porn industry, man. You got all different types of porn. You got gateways, into more sadistic things and more evil things. It's a whole world that Esau, Edom has created. All right, and then you have children, all right, that get utilized in that world as well. Okay, and mostly by Edomites. Okay, so this kingdom has got to go, man, because there's so many gateways into the left hand. Hey, Salaki, I just had a phone call come in, but as I was saying, it's unbelievable how many gateways and portals that you have to the left-hand side, in this society. This society, this kingdom, it facilitates, wickedness. All right, it facilitates going against, the scriptures and the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's actually facilitated and congratulated, in this wicked kingdom. Okay? To the point, if you want to do the right thing, you're made to pray. And it goes into that in Isaiah 59. The scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, he that fleeth from evil maketh himself a prey. So when you actually try and do the right thing, all right, and try and please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that's when you're targeted and made into a prey. All right? That's when you're targeted and made into a prey. All right? You don't want to take, the serum, all right? They're going to prey on you, man. All right? They're going to call you evil because you don't want to put, a wicked concoction in your body and defile your temple. All right? So they demonize you. All right? And that's the way of Esau, Edom. If you want to do the right thing, all right, he's going to demonize you. All right? And that's how it is in this wicked kingdom. And that's why this place has got to go, man, because righteousness is not upheld. Okay? The scriptures talk about also in the book of Habakkuk how the law is slack and therefore wrong judgment proceedeth, man. That's under the, authority of Esau, Edom. Okay? This is all under the authority of Esau, Edom, man. You have, whole nations upon the face of the earth that are influenced by, the ways of Esau, Edom, all right, the wicked, the Edomites, and their whole nation has come to shit, man. From allowing his so-called democracy to penetrate, their land, their nation. And that's why, it goes into Jeremiah and the 50th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, how these nations are drunk from the cup of Babylon and it has made them mad. Roughly paraphrasing, man. That's that strong drink. That's that defiled, philosophies and ways of life of Esau, Edom that have destroyed people and destroyed nations, man. All right? So that's why this man, has got to go down as a nation of people, man. All right? Because he's not ever going to change. All right? He's never going to change, man. All right? The scriptures tell you in, what's that, Psalms 50 and 16, that he casteth the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai behind him. What does it say in Daniel 12 and 10? You know, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand, man. All right, so they're never going to understand, you know, the appreciation of the truth, the appreciation of doing things the right way, all right, of pleasing, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's not at all, you know, in his thoughts. As the scripture says, you know, the Most High is not at all in his thoughts, man. Going all the way back to Cain. Cain weren't trying to please the Lord, man. He's trying to do his own thing. That's why his sacrifice wasn't accepted, man. Okay? He could have done good, but he chose not to, man. Because his spirit was set that way, man. It was set in a way that is demonic and that is wicked, man. All right? That's why he chose to sacrifice what he sacrificed, man. Okay? But it's not in our nature to be like unto Cain, man. The only reason you have our people wicked now is because we've been seduced by the ways of the wicked. That's why the scriptures say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduceth him, man. You know, our people have been seduced by the ways of Esau, Edom, but eventually, all right, all is going to be forgiven, all right, when we are in the kingdom, because the scriptures say all thy people shall be righteous, man. So in the kingdom, we're all going to be righteous. We're all going to, you know, be doing the right thing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Okay, but this earth needs to get destroyed, man. All right, and it needs to be renewed. You know, I don't mean as in a comet, you know, hitting the earth. You know, that's what they teach in the world. What I mean is that this place needs to be refreshed. It needs a makeover. And even when you go into, you know, the scriptures talk about a new heavens and a new earth. When you go into the word new, I believe the Greek word there is kainos, all right, which means to be refreshed, all right, because this earth has got to be refreshed, okay? Them ICBM missiles, you know, they're going to be a cleansing agent upon this world, man, all right, and they're going to destroy everything in their path, okay? And then we're going to have to rebuild everything, man, okay? And we're going to have you slaves, you know, doing the rebuilding, man. All right, and then the earth is going to be perfect. It's going to be rejuvenated. All right, all the you know, all the wildlife, you know, all the trees, all the nature. It's going to be beautified. All right, it's going to look better than how you see it now, man. All right, there's not going to be no contaminated air. All right, everything is going to be pure. The animals, you know, because everything is defiled, man. We got to understand that. The animals are defiled, our bodies are defiled, everything is defiled under the vibration of Esau Edom, because his vibration is death. Okay, the food is defiled. You know, when you eat food in this kingdom, you're not even reaping the full benefits of the food that you're eating, man. Even if you go to a Whole Food store, even if you eat organic, it's all bullshit, man. You're just basically eating the best of the worst. All right, that's all it is, man. So everything needs to be rejuvenated. Everything needs to be refreshed. Okay? And that's exactly what's going to happen in the course of World War III. Everything is going to be destroyed, and then we're going to build up again, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Makar Kudash. And this is a necessary thing that must indeed take place upon the face of the earth, because, you know, everything is dying, man. And as the scriptures say, I can't forget this one, you know, roughly paraphrasing, you know, if the Lord didn't come back, there'll be no flesh to be saved. All right, check that out, man. If the Yahweh Shem Yahushai didn't come back, there'll be no flesh to be saved, man. All right, so what does that tell you? That, you know, Esau is so crazy, you know, he will kill himself and his own nation of people, man, by doing, you know, the things that he does, by making the decisions that he makes, because he's a mad scientist, man. All right. Now, I'm reaching my destination now, so I'm gonna cut the video off, you know, right here, and you know, Lord willing, it was edifying. Until the next time, I'll say shalom.